What's up, everybody? I want to sound off on this Pepsi commercial featuring Kendall Jenner. I believe it was released on Wednesday and pulled on Wednesday. And 2 days later, today's Friday, and it is still a hot topic on social media. So I wanted to give my 2 cents and just to fill you guys in on the commercial. If you haven't seen it, Pepsi released a new promo commercial on Wednesday featuring Kendall Jenner, and it was a protest scene with police on guard, as we've seen in the recent present, I should say, with Black Lives Matter, and then LGBT rights and civil rights and law and order equal rights and women's rights. There has been various protests going on, but specifically the ones about Black Lives Matter and police brutality towards African American males. We've seen large groups of police reinforcement at those rallies and protests. So Pepsi decided to do a commercial, I don't want to say mocking, but it was a similar scene. Well, I guess it would be a mock scene of a protest, and Kendall Jenner comes out of the protest crowd. The crowd is a diverse crowd. It's not all black people, and they did not have specific Black Lives Matter signs. But people are protesting. The police are on guard, like they are standing there like the National Guard. And Kendall Jenner happens to come through the crowd and hands the police officer a Pepsi. And then everyone starts dancing and cheering, and everything is all well and fine and good. And I don't think that Pepsi's intent was to trivialize protesting and rallies and what they really mean and what they represent and the change that people are trying to cause. But I do think it was a misstep and poor judgment on Pepsi's behalf, because we don't want to minimize the issues that are behind what these protests represent. Pepsi stated that they released a statement stating that their objective was to promote peace and unity and love. But the issue with that is, it's almost like saying that the people who were detained and tackled by police at protests, especially when they were not violent, it's like saying, well, if they had a Pepsi, everything would have been all fine, well, and good, which is not the case. So plenty of people are saying on one side they don't see the big issue, and others are seeing the issue. But the ones who don't see the issue, I do feel like you guys are living with rose-colored glasses, because in the very minimal standpoint, just out of respect, you should be able to see how it would be a bad judgment call to put that out there. Pepsi also stated that, they apologized. They clearly did miss the mark with this promo. I saw some celebrities tweet and post and Instagram and so on and so forth. The most important and significant post to me was the post from Bernice King, which is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s daughter. And she said she had a meme, and it was a picture of her father being detained and pushed up against by the police during his protesting days. And I believe he was also jailed at one point for protesting. And she said, oh, well, only if my father had a Pepsi, things would have gone differently, or things would have been better. So that stuck out to me, because that was the perfect example of how this Pepsi commercial sends the wrong message. I get their message of promoting peace, love, and unity, but a Pepsi is not going to make shit better. Yeah, that was a bad judgment call. But from a marketing perspective, on one hand, I don't think it was Pepsi's objective to trivialize and minimize protesting. But at the same time, I do feel like from a marketing perspective that this was their objective. Their objective was, and a lot of times with these big companies, their objective is, regardless of if there's going to be backlash or some bad press, whether it's bad press or good press, your name being in the headlines for a lot of companies is most important. So that says to me that the PR company or whoever was in charge of marketing for this particular project knew that, hey, whether they see this as a bad thing or good thing, we're going to be in the headlines, and people are currently talking about Pepsi and not Coca-Cola. So I feel like at the end of the day, while we're all in an uproar and an outrage about this Pepsi commercial, yeah, Pepsi still kind of wins because, like I said, everyone's talking about Pepsi, not about Coca-Cola, and Pepsi is like a damn addiction for people. So even with this promo and marketing faux pas, they still are going to have their loyal customers because, like I said, people are truly addicted to Pepsi. So that's pretty much it. I think that's all I wanted to say and address about this topic. Like I said, yeah, but I'm glad they pulled it. No, I think people should be careful with coming at Kendall Jenner. I think she was booked for a gig and she did the job, and I don't think she originally, took too much thought in it because, like I said, I think Pepsi drove this promo with thinking about peace, love, and unity and not doing some deeper thinking as to how this, trivializes people being killed and beaten and attacked by police officers for just protesting. That's not to negate that there are some bad, violent protesters out there, but a lot of people get caught up in the mix because we have seen memes of the girl who just stood there in front of the police and wasn't attacking them. We've seen memes of the young boy giving the police officer water. So I do feel like love can prevail and peace can prevail in a lot of areas, but it has to be on both sides. The police have to be receptive of that love that people are trying to give, and also be mindful that this is not a direct attack to one specific, to you as a specific police officer. It's an awareness to police officers across the board that you got to take accountability for you and your fellow brother when it comes to them being a corrupt police officer. So this pretty much sums up my video. You guys can comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys thought about the Pepsi commercial. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, thumbs up this video, share this video, and bye guys.